Hey you guys, hey everyone, welcome. I just inhaled something. Hey guys, okay, so we're gonna be talking about Dd214s tonight. We're gonna be talking about uh serving in a combat zone, I guess you could say. I don't know. You guys know I have this issue with Unirock that has stemmed back from 2019. I want to say really quickly. Um, I started my YouTube channel 4 years ago. Did not know who Unirock was. Clashed with KJ because she attacked me. I didn't have a problem with her. Only knew that she covered content, whatever. And because me and her started clashing, I did something that I shouldn't have done, which is I teamed up with someone all over having a common enemy, and that was Steve McRae. I have since said I will never befriend someone just over having a common enemy because I learned really quickly that when you do that, most of the time you realize they're not the type of people that you would normally associate with. You know what I'm saying? I became, and this is no hate towards Steve McRae necessarily. This is just we are two different people. We had two different agendas. My agenda was just to have a YouTube channel and have fun with it. And at that time, his agenda was more along the lines of, "You good over there, babe?"
I'm trying to do this off camera.
Okay.
I'm like spilling it all over. It's like going down my face.
His agenda at that time was really to expose Katie. And for a moment, I wanted to do that too, just because she had come so hard for me.
Can I turn that light off?
I can't turn it off, but I can. Because you want to turn those lights off and leave this one on?
No, that light's on the hot bulb.
Sorry, guys.
What happens if we turn it off?
I mean, I guess nothing. Can you guys? Is this okay? I mean, it's kind of dark, but
now I'm lit up.
Okay, so I never started YouTube to have problems with people. Like I don't really have problems with people in my real life. So, coming to YouTube and then having problems with people was kind of wild to me. I was like, holy crap, I never knew people would attack you just because they disagreed with you. Like that is wild, But that is exactly what happens over here. So, Katie come after me. I kind of bit back a little bit, not to I didn't come after her near the way I feel like she come after me, but I did kind of, and then I learned a lot of stuff about Katie. I mean, once me and Katie started bumping heads, I really started learning a lot about her. This is my husband, Sean. Yes. I mean, I went into a rabbit hole for a minute and was just kind of shocked at some of the things that I found out. Was introduced to Steve by someone who was then a mod of mine and was like, you got to listen to what Katie did to him. Like she accused him of, sexually harassing her or something along those lines. Accused him of committing medical fraud. And I was like, kind of like mind blown when I saw the proof of what she did. And the thing about it is me and Katie shared the same um, audience at the time. He did not have access to her audience because he covered a different topic on YouTube. Like people that watched Katie would have never watched Steve McRae. They had no idea who he even existed, right? So whenever me and him started talking, he was like, "You can get me access to her audience, and I can let them know what she did to me." And I was like, "Yeah, because we have the same audience." So we made these plans to where he was gonna come on my channel, tell people what she did. Before that could even happen, though, Katie called for a mass flagging on my channel. Now, let me say this. There was a lot going on in between, right? Katie was going live on Instagram a lot and saying a lot of things about me, nasty things about me. My sister, at the time, my sister was in the hospital with her 2-year-old son who was, having a lot of issues or whatever. So Katie went live on IG one night and was lying a lot. I kind of lost it. I went live on YouTube. I said some things I shouldn't have said. And she called for a mass flagging on my channel. Just really quickly to introduce them to Unirock and how, because some people don't understand, and Unirock tried to make it out like I was watching one of his videos a while ago, and he tried to make it out like me and him come to know each other through the Marvin McCray story, which is not true at all. This man has been going after me since 2019, you know? And I see some of his little cronies like, oh, Elle's obsessed with Unirock. Like, first off, Unirock has over 500 videos about me. Like, I would not be scared to say that at all. I have like 8 discussing this man. So for any of his little like dweebs to say that I'm obsessed with him or that I'm like clout chasing when I talk about him, dude, I could talk about him every single day. I could literally watch one of his videos and debunk it, like one of his videos about me, and debunk it every single day. But I have like a real job here on YouTube, and it's not talking about Unirock, and I really don't like to that much unless like Sean wants to or we feel the need to, right? So that's where me and Unirock was first introduced. Me and Steve McCray, we linked up. Katie called for the mass flagging on my channel. Not only did Katie call for the mass flagging on my channel, but she also did it to Steve McCray. And as I was going back in my screenshots today, I also found a message that Amzie sent to me back then as well when my channel was down, where she was mass flagged and she got a warning, a community guidelines warning, and Katie's mods, like a couple of Katie's mods, went to her and was like, "Hey, it was Katie." So I wasn't the only one that Katie struck. I was not the only one that Katie was like mass flagging because she did it to Steve McCray. His channel just didn't go down. I think he got maybe a warning, and he can. I don't really remember for sure, but for some reason, if memory serves me correctly, I remember like knowing that he was like worried that he was about to get shut down as well because he got like a warning or something. Like I said, as I was going through my screenshots, I had a message from AMZ way back then saying like, "Hey, I got a warning for a community guidelines violation." And Katie's mods, one of her mods, like or two of her mods, came to me and said that it was her. So either way, um, she asks people to strike me. She strikes me. Channel goes, or she reports me, whatever. It's a report. Channel goes down, and channel goes down. Days later, my nephew passes away, and it was a lot. Okay. After before my channel went down though, Steve and Unirock buddied up. I had no idea who Unirock was because I did not know nobody on Steve's side really. I had no idea who this man was. I'm just told, hey, this is a creator who does like these versus modes, and he's going to prove that Katie struck your channel, that she, was trying to have my channel shut down, and he's going to prove whatever. And I'm like, whatever. So, and Unirock does start doing videos saying all these things. Like I've seen proof that Katie has troll accounts. I've seen proof that Katie called for mass flagging of
He
Elle's
was
channel.
supposedly working on this. Let me wrap it up real quick. He was supposedly working on this big, versus thing where he was going to be unbiased, just release the facts, whatever. Then Steve went on a live stream, not exactly sure all the details. Him and Unirock got into it. They started no, I didn't say that. I don't have a Twitter, but you might have seen it. But either way, they got into it. At that point, Unirock turned, flipped, went to the other side, started making all kind of lies, and started telling all kind of lies, and making all kind of videos against Leslie. Fast forward, I don't know, fast forward a long time, and then the Marvin McCray thing happens, and that fires him back up to start attacking her. And basically, why I said I want to do this stream is because, hold on, first off, I'm gonna say this right now. If I did not believe that he was not telling the truth about his service, like if I thought he was telling the truth about his service, I would be the first to defend him. Like whether I like him or not, I would be the first to defend him about his service because he would be a fellow veteran that I would feel obligated to. But and I'm not saying he was never in. I don't know if he was or not.
I think
I personally believe that he was in for a short period of time. Probably got a medical discharge really quick for some reason. Who knows what the reason is? You'll never be able to find out, unless he produces paperwork, which I doubt that's going to happen. But anyways, so I've heard him tell different stories. She's told me like, hey, Unirock said XYZ, and some of the stuff just didn't match up. I've seen the paperwork that his Dd214, the pieces of it, and he was saying my only issue, like my main issue with what he said and what his paperwork says is the fact that he claims he was in Iraq, but he does not have an Iraqi service campaign medal on his Dd214. If you serve in Iraq and
You have one.
then you will get one, and it'll be on your Dd214. And like, so I'm gonna share this. This is Army Reg from armypubs.mil. I mean .army.mil. This is,
I want to say something really quickly. So there is a Twitter account called Rarely Care that knows Uni in real life that has posted like what these medals mean and how Unirock is missing this medal. Well, Unirock was like Unirock literally said that the website that Rarely Care was using must have got it wrong.
well, y'all can take it for what it's worth. I personally don't care that much because there's a lot of people who claim to be veterans and claim to have done this and claim to have done that. There's a whole law made for it called stolen valor. I mean, you can get on YouTube and watch tons of people be called out and busted for
Here, let me see, babe. I got this.
for not telling the truth or whatever, and claiming to be a soldier. I think the only time it's actually illegal is if you do it for like financial gain.
Which
Right.
some could ask the question if he is portraying a veteran who was hurt in combat on his channel, because I've seen people say, "Oh, I donated to him because I felt bad because he's a veteran."
Okay. And look, if he produces his Iraq a Dd214, I'm gonna show y'all my Dd214. We redacted a lot. Probably would have redacted a lot more, but it's whatever. The only thing I want to show is the fact that um I have my name on it, and then it has my MOS, it has my time in for that MOS because I held two MOSs, and then it has all my medals. Like this is a DD214 from when I ETS, from when I got back from Afghanistan, but it shows all my medals from my deployment to Iraq and my prior service in the military. So
Do you want to read this first, or do you want to show the DD214?
I'm just gonna read this real quick. So the biggest thing I want to point out, I mean, this is going to be a bunch of Army military mumble jumble, but so service members must have been assigned, attached, or mobilized to units operating in the area of operation for 30 consecutive days or for 69 consecutive days, or meet one of the following criteria: be engaged in combat during an armed engagement, regardless of the time and area of operation. So that means if you were engaged in active combat, the enemy was firing at you, you were firing at them, you're taking mortar fire, whatever, then you automatically receive an Iraqi campaign medal. You don't have to meet the 30 consecutive days. Um, then second one is while participating in an operation or on official duties is wounded or injured, and requires medical evacuation from area of operation.
Which is one of his stories. One of Unirock's stories is he was medevaced out because he got hurt in Iraq.
So that means if you are wounded or injured in Iraq, you do not have to meet the 30 consecutive days. So that means even if he went to Iraq
For 2 days.
for 2 days, got injured, and got medevaced out, he would still receive the Iraq campaign medal.
And this is, what is this, baby? This is the Army regulations. This is not some weird website. Because, like, he tried to say that Rarely Care got it from, like, some weird website that was probably wrong. This is Army regulations.
He can say whatever he wants after this. All I'm saying is, you produce a DD214 with your name on it and an Iraqi campaign medal, I'll apologize. I'll be the first to get on here and I'll apologize and I'll say I'm wrong. But in no way are we vet bashing. I'm not talking about veterans. I'm not bashing veterans at all whatsoever. But what I am doing is saying I don't believe he has told the truth about his service. And I've said this multiple times. And, all the videos he's made about her, I would have probably left it alone. You know what I'm saying? I have left it alone multiple times.
Yeah. I mean, this man has like a
But
couple hundred videos on me.
he loves to talk crap, and he's talked a lot of crap about her. So now I'm just pissed because I jumped in a stream the other day and I was talking about either way. I'm not going to go into all that, but so we're not going to read all this other stuff. I mean, we've basically covered what needs to be covered as far as that. So we'll close out of that.
Hold on.
Stop sharing that.
Do you want to show this or no?
I mean,
cover your middle name. I mean, I just cover your middle name on the other one, but if you don't have to, here I got it.
It doesn't really matter. Look, the only reason why I'm not gonna.
Okay. What do you want me to show now? Your Dd214.
Yeah, you can go to my Dd214, and I'm gonna explain it for everybody so everybody understands it.
Okay, you want me to share it now? Make sure that I have everything.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've got everything covered up. Do you need covered up?
I think so. That's fine.
Okay.
Sure. So this is the last Dd214 I received. I really don't know where my other ones are, but so this is going to show. Zoom in. Is there any way we can zoom in?
Down here.
Okay. So at the top has my name, my grade, my rank, my pay grade, my date of birth, place I enlisted, and then it has my MOS, which is in the time I was in my MOS, which was only 1 year and 1 month because I reclassified from 19 Delta, which is a Cav Scout, to 11 Bravo infantryman because the National Guard unit that I deployed with to Afghanistan did not have a Cav unit. So,
because he was first Army when he went to Iraq. By the time he went to Afghanistan, he was National Guard.
So this is the spot that is really important right here. This is all the Afghanistan campaign medal with campaign star, NATO Afghanistan service medal, Army commendation medal, Army good conduct medal, second award, National Defense Service medal, Global War on Terrorism service medal, Iraq campaign medal with campaign star, Army service ribbon, overseas continuing block 18, but I don't really have anything past that. It just says I'm subject to active duty recall. I was actually stop loss for this too, but and then at the bottom it has type of separation, release from active duty, character of discharge, honorable, and then this is ripped off. I need.
We've had it for a while. We need a new one.
So what this says here is completion of required active service.
Here, I got it. So this is what Unirock could do this exact same thing if he really wanted to shut everybody down. Because what Unirock likes to say and what his people even like to say, I've seen this everywhere. He's proved it. Unirock has yet to show a Dd214 with his name attached that says Iraq. He showed a piece. Unirock showed this piece a while back, and we're going to look at this. He showed this piece and this piece only, the decoration medals, badges. And what I noticed is his is number 12, not 13.
I don't know. I mean, they probably have different forms, right? So they'll redo forms over
every
time.
2 years.
Yeah. So
okay.
That's possible. I don't know what all the different, how many times the forms have been
gotcha. Okay.
redone or whatever. But
well, all Unirock has showed is blocks, like this block right here, and then another block, but he's never showed it with his name attached to it.
And he talks about the DAV in
all the time.
The weirdest time.
I'm my bad, y'all. I don't know how I just did that.
Either way, look, he talks about the DAV in the weirdest terms. Like he talks about the DAV like I would talk about the VA.
Yes.
Right? The VA and the DAV are two separate entities. DAV just kind of represents you and is like a place where you can go meet with other people. Let's look at the DAV.
He always says that. He's always like I was literally watching a video earlier. He was like, I invited Elle and her husband to meet me at the DAV. I mean, they just live a few hours from me. And I'm like, everybody knows I live in Louisiana. I don't live just a drive away from him. I would have to go on an airplane. Like this man literally was like, I invited and then I've been like scrolling through his Twitter, looking for stuff, and he's saying something along the lines of oh, they vet bashed me. Her and her husband vet bashed me, and they say that I'm lying about my service. But so I did the only thing I know to do. I gave him my Dd214. That man has never given me his Dd214 ever. Where?
Dude, if I saw, if he enlisted, hey, I commend him. Whatever, he's a fellow veteran, but I don't believe he's been to Iraq at all, and I believe he tells. I believe he's not truthful about his service, which honestly, I don't really care that much. But the thing is,
for him to call me out,
he calls you out and tries to make, and then he acts like he just lies all the time. So I'm over it. And for him to say that we bash him, that's ridiculous, dude. And to claim that he went to Iraq if he did not, really does kind of piss me off. It does kind of bother me, deep down inside, because like I did go, and I lost friends there, and we fought, we fought hard, and we lost people, and we put our freaking blood and sweat into that country, like trying to rebuild that country, trying to help those people over there.
What year did you go, babe?
2005, 2006. And we tried to establish a democracy in that country, and like we really believed in what we were doing, and so there were people that they deserve a lot more honor than me, or there's people that good friends of mine that died, and they deserve a lot of honor, and they deserve to be respected, and they were actually there, and so I don't think it's enough if you enlist in the military and you do your service and you don't deploy to Iraq or you don't deploy to Afghanistan. You still, that's a commendable thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in no way putting down somebody who enlisted and didn't go to combat. But you don't have to claim that you went to combat, or you went to Iraq if you didn't. So that's my biggest issue. And then I want to do something else. So, like, I sent you some pictures, and I want to say, like, there's so many things that I found in a matter of like what 30 minutes. Yeah, I sent you like six pictures.
Okay.
It was like multiple emails, so you might have to say.
So do you want me to show these right now?
Yeah, you can show those right now. And the only reason why I'm doing this is just to say this is how easy it is to prove, right? That like in a matter of 30 minutes, I found all kind of stuff, right? So this is me in Afghanistan
with Sergeant Q. Sergeant Q?
Yeah,
Sergeant Q.
Kuroga. All right.
Look how handsome.
That's where we slept for days. This was
Afghanistan.
We
were together, yeah. We were together here. That's chrome.
Yeah, because I have a pistol. I carried a shotgun and an M4 in Iraq. I did not carry a pistol. So that's Afghanistan, and I was a corporal. So
it says his name right here, Bass.
That's Afghanistan. We were like probably 11,000 feet above sea level, if not more than that, like up in the mountains in this place called Zaruk, where we would have to go fight the Taliban. What would happen is there was an Afghan police station up there, really high up in the mountains, really hard to get to. A town up there. It was the most amazing place I've ever seen. It's really high up in the Hindu Kush mountain range, and every day about 12 o'clock it would drizzle rain, and it had some of the greenest grass I've ever seen in my life there. But what would happen is the Afghan police would get the Taliban would run the Afghan police out. They would take over the Afghan police base, and they would take all the diesel and all the weapons and all the stuff that we gave to them because they didn't really fight to secure it. They would just kind of bow down and run away. So then they would task us to go up there, which it took us like 4 days to get up there. The trucks would drive like one day, and then it would take us like 3 days, 2 days, 2 days of walking up there almost. And then we would get up there and secure the Afghan police station back, and then get all the Afghan police to come back to the police station, and then we would go back home. We'd have to walk back down to the trucks where the truck's been sitting waiting for like a week or so, and then we would have to then we would go back to where our base was. So it like this, and that was some of the hardest stuff I've ever done in my life. Right, walking through those mountains, carrying all the gear, carrying like 100 pounds of gear. I don't even know how much you're carrying. All your food, all your water, your ammunition, your gun,
Yeah.
your combat life saving bag.
You
Because that
come
was a
back in
combat life
tip
saver.
top shape.
Yeah.
Which when you left, you were in pretty good shape.
When I came back, I was running 5 miles every day. Until my knees got messed up. But I was running like 25 miles a week. But either way, that's us cooking on some flat rocks, trying to heat up our MREs so they weren't cold. But
I got it, babe. I got it. And this is my issue. Is I had nothing to do with Unirock. Didn't really know him from Adam until you want to start calling me a liar. Me a liar. And I'm like, whatever. I pay no mind to you. I don't care. I don't care if you want to call me a liar. It is what it is. You're never going to prove that I lied. And even today, when his little dweeby dweebs want to pop up on TikTok or Twitter or wherever, because every once in a while they'll pop off, and they're like, "Oh, don't forget, you're the liar." And I'm like, "Tell me what I lied about." They come out with something. Oh, what about the email? Literally, that's not me lying. Nobody has ever been able to provide proof of me actually lying about something. So that's what irritates me. And then to hear him, I would have never started calling him out about the military. But when he was on Molly's panel, after this man has been talking crap about me since 2019, and then I hear him on Molly's panel where he loses his balls completely, literally. Molly ate them things up and chewed them and spit them out, right? Because he talked so much crap about me, Molly, and Justin for months, calling us scammers, fraud raisers, la da. Have I ever even been involved in like a fundraiser, Sean? Like, as far as YouTube is concerned, like, not really.
Dude.
Like, I had nothing to do with that.
Like on everything that I love, I swear, we felt crazy. Like at first, it felt weird taking for people to donate money. Like I literally felt weird about people
like
giving super chats. I'd be like, we're not that kind of people. Like I could struggle and be poor for the rest of my life rather than screw somebody out of a dollar. And I would be fine struggling and be poor all my life as long as I got her by my side. Like I'm good. I don't need to screw anybody out of any money or try to con anybody out of any money. And she's the same way. Like, right now we're both doing better than we ever did in our life. We both came from like poor. What's wrong? Anyways,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I could go into story after story after story to where there's people who legitimately deserve honor, like to be honored. People that did stuff that was amazing, that was just like, they risked their own life, and
Dakota Myers.
people that lost their life, people that I know personally,
Yeah.
But
So that's the thing though with me is like Unirock talked so much crap about me for years since 2019 during one of the worst times of my life. And I had this whole big thing planned where I was gonna like show you guys like because I guess like his new people he likes to make them believe that he was just calling me out. He's just been calling me out since the bond thing. No, back in 2019, he did video after video calling me a liar, that I ran a fraud raiser, that I lied about my channel, that I made an email. At one point, he even said that I made the screenshots about my nephew. He even said I made those, which is that will get you beat up. Like you can say a lot about me, but don't dare accuse me of making those screenshots. There's been two people that I've seen do that, and if I ever see either one of them in real life, like we're gonna have a discussion. You know what I'm saying? And one of them was an ex mod of mine.
It's been a bunch of low down things, and now that he's been caught lying, which I feel a type of way about that. A lot of people that are like calling him out for this recent thing. I'm just gonna be honest, and this is my opinion, separate from hers. Well, I'm not even gonna voice it because I don't want to get you any static. But the thing is, he's been this way. He's done this countless times. He doesn't show proof for anything. He will show you something and then tell you it's proof when it's not proof. Because I've seen him do that before. I've seen him literally show some things and then say this proves this, and it kind of looked like it would. I mean, if I didn't know any better,
Yep.
if I didn't know for a fact any better, then I would have believed him.
I have
And
an
he
example.
knows he does that.
I have an example of that. So when my channel went down, here's what would happen. Back then, I was covering reality. I was covering like Teen Mom, and what I would do is I'd like go live in my living room with the TV behind me. We'd watch it during commercials. I'd talk, la di da di da. The same thing always happened. I would either get a copyright claim, and they would take my money, the money that I made off that stream. They would take it. Viacom would take it, or they would block the video. They never struck me over playing anything on the TV ever. Okay. The first time I ever got a strike was when Jeffrey Paschal from 90 Day Fiance did it. And I was freaking playing Mary, the girl that he dated when the Russian didn't want to marry him. Mary was live on Instagram. And I played her freaking IG live. And Jeffrey Paschal struck me for that. It was the first time I ever got a strike. So, anyways, I'm playing these, Teen Mom shows. We're talking about them, whatever. I would get claims where they would take the money or they would block them. So this is what he did. After my channel went down, mind you, I was getting videos blocked left and right. It just depended on what Viacom wanted to do that day. Actually, I think it was Viacom that always blocked me. And if it was like a song playing in the background in production, like
I thought they always claimed it.
No, sometimes they would block it. So what they would do is they wouldn't play at all. I think Viacom was the one that always blocked it.
Because I remember telling you, like,
but it wasn't a strike; it's still a claim.
Somebody always claimed it, and I remember telling you, like, you keep doing these videos, and they just claim your money, like.
So I wasn't making money off of them.
Yeah, you weren't even making any money off of it, and you were just doing it
because I like doing it.
Because you like doing it.
Because I like watching Teen Mom and like talking about it with people, So that's what would happen. So when my channel went down, when Katie called for the mass flag and then she mass flagged, and I have so much evidence of her saying like, "Oh, this other YouTuber showed me how to do it." Of her saying like, when somebody's like, "Why'd you strike her channel?" Well, wouldn't you do it if she did this to you? Who else do you want us to strike, Katie? Have so much proof of her admitting to it. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is what Unirock did, and Unirock, as a creator, him and Katie both knew better than this. But if you are not a creator, you would not know better than this. So Unirock showed 3 of my YouTube videos that had been blocked over the course of like, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, a short period
of time. He throws, it was 2 Teen Mom. I think it was 2 Teen Mom and 1 Florien Shore or Jersey Shore. So he showed 3 videos because when your videos are blocked, they're still up on your channel and somebody can go and click on it and go, "Oh, this video is blocked. You can't watch it. It's been blocked by Viacom or this or that." So he went and he found 3 videos that had been blocked and said, "Look, she got strikes on these." When I did not. They were not strikes. They were only copyright claims that they had blocked. But because he showed 3 videos that had been blocked to to anybody else that did not know YouTube, it would look like, oh, well, yeah, she got 3 strikes, right?
Look, check this out.
Oh, I do want to say, if you get 3 strikes though in 90 days, you're done. You're gone. They delete you. Katie knows that. Unirock knows that. But he was still trying to pass it off as if I got 3 strikes within 90 days.
See, that's what I was about to say. That's when I realized that this dude was a liar and a manipulator because I knew right then. I knew he knew how YouTube worked. He had been on YouTube for a long time. He had been basically shunned out of other communities. That's how he found his little weasel ass into this community. Or what? I don't even put you in the same community as him.
No,
Right?
no.
Like you cover content and stuff, and he's like he just covers other creators, talking crap about
That's
other creators. Like that's not what you do. Like that's what we're doing right now, but it's not what you do. That's not your main function. So, anyways, and look, the only reason why I want to show all these pictures is because in 30 minutes, this is what I found. I found one of my military IDs. That's from like 2011. I guess that's when
I
my
have one somewhere.
that's my military ID from Afghanistan. Show that picture. Like even if he didn't have his what?
This is one of my favorite pictures of Sean.
Even if he didn't have okay, even if he did not have his Dd214, which I would understand that. It's hard to keep up with a piece of paper for a long time.
Sure.
Right?
So you can always get one.
I have a folder that I keep all my stuff in, but there's so many other things. Like this is me in Iraq.
And
Look at the date, 2005. This is me, like, when I ain't had a shower in, like, 2 months. My hair is sticking straight up from grime and dirt in it, and
but you want to know what pictures Unirock had showed? A picture of him in boot camp in the old ACUs. In boot camp. He ain't showed no pictures of him in Iraq, Afghanistan, nowhere.
that's me in Afghanistan on a mountain somewhere.
Here, let me see.
That's me in Afghanistan on a mountain somewhere.
I like that one. To me, that should be on like a billboard, like Uncle Sam wants you.
But and then to claim that you went to Iraq when you didn't, I'll tell you another reason why it bothers me. Because how many friends have I lost in the last 5 years?
Yeah,
I
honestly,
don't
within
know.
the last year and a half.
Yeah, in the last year and a half, probably 4, 5, 6 from suicide. One was suicide by cop. You can literally watch it on YouTube where he pulls a gun on a cop and lets the cop shoot him to death.
Mm.
You know, it's the
And
people
that was just found what 6 months ago, maybe.
the people that went to Iraq.
Well, this one they shaved his head, and this is the only picture that Unirock has posted. A picture of him in these outfits right here, and that is boot camp.
When I enlisted, we were in BDUs. Right before we went to Iraq,
Which is this?
Yeah, that's that camouflage pattern. Right before we went to Iraq, we got ACUs,
which is the digital pattern.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was me and a buddy of mine, Goldwire, and that is off of Fisher's
Facebook page. That Sean found that on one of his buddies, and that's another thing is.
Fisher was one of my good friends in basic, and he was like a real good dude. And
we don't
he's
believe
passed away.
Yeah,
Fisher
passed. Yeah.
These are the things that like people who went and put like their time and actually went like these are the things that people struggle with. Like I've lost more friends since we've been back than we lost at war from suicide and stuff like an addiction. You know, that's off of Fisher's page too, Richard Fisher.
Somebody's asking a question that I do want to address whenever you have time.
What?
So if you don't believe him, how's he getting 100% disabled vet status? I do want to say this. First off, we don't know if he's 100% disabled. Anybody could say that they are. Sean's disabled. We could say he's 100%. We don't know. Y'all would never know that. No, otherwise. However, I do believe he went to basic because I've spoke to someone who said they know him in real life, and I've seen a picture of him at boot camp. So I do think he went to boot camp, And I was told that he was hurt on base not long after he completed boot camp. And that's how he's getting his disability. I just don't believe he ever went to Iraq. He has changed his story. Like, I've heard like 3 different times. You know what I'm saying? Like, different stories.
I mean, here's the thing. He might be 100% disabled. I don't know. Does that mean he went to Iraq? No. You have to have if he went to Iraq, he would have a campaign medal.
And we're going to show you how he doesn't have a campaign medal. We showed you Sean's campaign medal. We also showed y'all Army regulation where it says you would get this.
And how do you know he's even 100% disabled? I mean, anybody can claim that. But here's how it could work. If you get in the military and then you get injured, like on base somewhere, and then you whine enough and complain enough, and you keep saying like your leg's hurting. They do this thing called a medical discharge, and I've literally seen people do this. They get hurt, and it's something that they could come back from, but they want out. So they start whining, and they start whining. They start going to sick call, and they start going to sick call, and they're never training. They're never doing what they're supposed to do. So guess what? Eventually, the Army says, whatever, get out. We'll give you a medical discharge. You can just get out. And then they go to the VA, and they say, well, look, I hurt my knee in basic, so, or my knee on base or whatever. So, and then they get some type of disability. Most of the time, you don't get 100%. I mean, dude, I ain't 100%.
And he has, he's
I got my elbow shot, my knee shot. I got
hearing loss,
tinnitus, PTSD. I mean, like
his deviated septum. I mean, at one point, his nose was broken. I mean, my goodness.
So I'm just saying, if he produces it, I'll apologize. But
so this is what he has produced on his Twitter. This is what Unirock himself put up on his Twitter way back, because Unirock has been getting called out by other people saying
before we even knew it. Before I even knew calling him out about this.
Yeah, I went back on his Twitter, like just looking for stuff today, and back in 2018, there was people saying you are committing stolen valor. You never deployed. So he ended up showing this, and this is I showed you guys Sean. I'm gonna put them side by side in a minute. It says Army Good Conduct Medal, which everyone gets as long as you are a good boy, right?
It's like, for good behavior, through an extended period of time, like they usually give one out for a deployment. Like if you go to Iraq and you have good behavior, you don't, shoot some little kid in the back of the head while he's running away or something, then you get an Army Good Conduct.
But also, if you went through boot camp and you got hurt and got out, but you were good before.
No, they don't give them out in boot camp.
After boot camp. I'm not saying in boot camp. I'm saying if you completed boot camp, and you were on, what's it called, MOS? Like you had your MOS where you went and did your job, but you got hurt at some point. Yeah. Because I think you're going to confuse people, because you just said if you go to Iraq or if you deploy and you get hurt, you'll get it. So I don't want people thinking that he got this because he deployed and he was good while he deployed because he didn't shoot somebody in the back.
What I said was they normally give them out like after a deployment or something like that. It's like after an extended period. Or go ahead.
You don't have to deploy to get one of these.
No, you don't have to deploy.
Okay, that's what I want people to understand.
A time period. Okay, all right.
Because you keep saying after deployment, like if you didn't do anything wrong. He has one of these. I don't want people thinking that it had to be a deployment.
Okay, I get you.
Okay.
I got you. Well, so the only reason why I was saying a deployment is like I have 2 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They gave them out. They give them out after an extended period of time, right? Like, it's always like at some marker. I don't know how they even decide, right? You could go on a training exercise and be there for a month and then come back and get a good conduct. It's just, I got one. I got 2 of them, so they're really nothing.
But if you are in the military, complete a boot camp, you go to do your job in whatever state they see you to do your job, and you get hurt, and you never do a deployment, but you also never break any rules, you're going to get this. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't have to deploy. As long as you were a good boy in the military, you get this. Then you get the National Defense Service Medal.
You get that for enlisting.
You get that for enlisting. Then you get the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal.
You get that for enlisting during the global war on terror, right?
Then you get the Army. You have the Army Service Ribbon.
Another enlistment.
And an enlistment ribbon. The Air Assault Badge.
That's gotten from going to air assault school. So he did that. It's pretty cool. I mean, I wanted to go to air assault school, but.
So Sean was in the Army, then he was National Guard. Unirock claims he was in the Army. So nothing follows.
There is no campaign medal though.
There's no campaign medals.
That's the point to be taken from this. There's no campaign medal. So, and the type of separation
says discharge.
Says discharge. Kind of. I don't know. So, I mean, I think that is. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what's called an uncharacterized discharge, which means you have not been in
for more than a year.
I don't know the time period, but you haven't been in that long. You didn't finish your.
Seems like I read about
initial enlistment, so it's called an uncharacterized discharge. You basically don't. That you haven't been in long enough for them to decide if your service was honorable or not. You know, so they just give you a discharge, which is different than a medical discharge, actually.
Okay. Uncharacterized discharge of military enlisted persons result under the following circumstances. Entry level separation. That means you had just entered. So you had just entered. Number 2 is void enlistment or induction.
Not sure what that means.
Number 3, dropping from the rolls.
I think it's basically just you get out early. Like way early.
Okay. Isn't an uncharacterized discharge other than
you don't finish? For sure, you don't finish your enlistment, which is fine if he didn't. If he got injured and then he didn't finish his enlistment, that's fine. My only point is there's no campaign medal. So I'm confused on how he has stories from Iraq, but he does not have a campaign medal. Read what Peter Harrington said.
He said, I saw what he said a while ago. Uni never left USA. He hurt himself in training. People have his full Dd214.
That's what I've been thinking. I mean, that's what makes sense from the paperwork that I've seen. But you know, the thing is, he doesn't even produce like a full Dd214. He'll only show you like sections, right? I have not. He might have, but I have not seen a full Dd214. And like I said, dude, I wasn't gonna push the issue. I was gonna let him tell his little stories, his little war stories, and act like he's a war hero. But dude, he keeps coming for her, and it's pissed me off. And now he's getting caught in all kind of other lies. And my point is, dude's been lying. He's been telling lies, and it's nothing new. So
Is an uncharacterized discharge. They are considered punitive discharges, which means they are legal punishment.
I wasn't going on. I wasn't even.
Okay, hold on. An uncharacterized discharge is given to individuals who are discharged before they serve 180 days in the military service. This type of discharge is neither honorable nor dishonorable.
And what section is that? Where's my Dd214?
It's under my Ipsy box, babe. Okay, so this is what I just found. An uncharacterized discharge is given to individuals who are discharged before they serve 180 days.
So go back to his Dd214.
Right here.
So 23. Mine says released from active duty. And then character of service.
His number 24 and yours says honorable, 24. But his doesn't. He don't share number 24.
Yeah.
So here's Sean's beside Uni's. You guys can see that.
So mine says released from active duty, and then number 24 is where it says honorable.
And you guys can kind of see that off to the side, 24 HO, which we showed you guys the whole one while ago. But the separation authority, 635.
I don't know. I mean, that could be nothing. You know, it could say discharge, and then over to the right, it could say medical. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So it could be nothing. But like I said a million times before, you know.
I did hear that too, Peter. I also heard that he used part of his brother's Dd214. And I will say, Unirock likes to say that I stalked his family or whatever. Here's what I'll say. Boy, you have been coming at me since 2019, and I've tried to keep it like off my channel as much as possible. You have accused me of beating my children. You have accused my husband of breaking our children. He's literally said like something about my husband flies into a rage and has broken our children's bones, which has never ever happened. My husband has never broken any of our kids any damn thing.
I don't even whoop the kids.
Yeah, he don't even look. We don't even whoop our kids. Our kids don't even get spankings.
They need spankings sometimes. We don't whoop them.
So it's so wild. So here's the thing. It was after he took something that I said about my son who was autistic, who literally continued to get out of his car seat, continued to get out of his car seat. And we was telling a story on it on our channel. And Uni and his little peepers like to stalk my page. Because when I'm doing a hangout and just talking about like what it was like as you know when my husband was gone all the time and I was trying to take care of these kids. You got Uni's people screen recording my videos, sending them to him, saying, "Oh, look what she said. Look, you can use this against her," and then twisting what I said. So I was talking about my son who we had a problem with him getting out of his car seat to the point where my family called him Little Houdini because he could get out. And I saw when I was looking at everything today, somebody in his chat was like, "Oh no, it's impossible. If she strapped her son in right, it would be impossible to get him out." That is not the case. He was strapped in just like he was supposed to, even a little snug to try to keep him. That is not, no. I love when people talk crap when they don't know what the hell they're talking
about. Somebody who don't have a kid.
Because it makes them look extremely stupid.
But I don't know if I ever finished this point. So let's say he didn't have his Dd214 and he's claiming to go to Iraq. Like I found pictures of Iraq, me being in Iraq and Afghanistan, like in 30 minutes time. And look, when I went to Iraq, there wasn't digital photos. You know what I'm saying? Like there might have been digital cameras. I'm sure there were digital cameras back then, right? 2005. But nobody had iPhones that you could just snap pictures all the time and record stuff.
Right.
Like I have like a box of like old pictures, like actual physical photos, you know, for me in Iraq and stuff, and basic training. So if he really wanted to prove it, it would be easy if he had been there. Yeah, if you spend any kind of time, if you spend any kind of time there, of course you're going to be taking pictures, right? Everybody does. So, either way, like I said, if he produces campaign medal, I'll apologize. If I see it on his Dd214 or he can produce, you know, several pictures of him in Iraq, then I'll apologize. But all this crap where he keeps saying he's being vet bashed and people are vet bashing him.
And then his little people. It's like, I mean, I literally have people that we have been friends. Like, I one girl, I promoted her channel, got her over the 100 mark sub that she had not, like, she had been at like 60 something for a while. And she was like, I just want to get over 100. And I was live and I was like, y'all go sub to so and so. She does like Ipsy unboxings. Go watch her, you know, because it was somebody that I was friends with. And then some other creators that I was friends with. Like this one girl that like used to do my like thumbnails for me. And like I literally have a screenshot of her saying, Elle Bee is an effing icon, or maybe not effing. She was like, Elle Bee is an icon. Like they love me, I love them, you know, like, and to see all because they have a common enemy, Steve and Roadhog. Like they start having problems with Roadhog, having problems with Steve, bam, they join Unifam. And it's like, hold on, y'all know what he did to me after I lost my nephew. Y'all know the accusations that he made against me. And say you forgot. Okay, say you forgot. But he also recently made accusations that I duct taped my son to his car seat, and that when I was having to peel the duct tape off of him, it was ripping the hair off his body, which that never happened. And and on the video where Unirock talks about us duct taping our son to his car seat, in the description it says that I admit that we got in trouble by the police, which is BS. I actually asked a cop that I knew, what can I do? Like, I'm considering like putting duct tape on the car seat.
And that's what you said in that stream.
In the stream, I said
and
that
he
twisted it. Yes.
Into you got in trouble by the police. No, you went and talked to the police to see what we could do. That was I actually specifically said in the stream.
We had been over at my kid's grandma's house, and on the way there, my son got out of his car seat, and I had to go to the dollar store. So rather than loading my kids back up and going to the dollar store like on the way home, I left them at their granny's house. And I was like, I'm going to run to the dollar store real quick because I already know if I load them back up, my son's going to get out. So I left them at their granny's house playing, ran to the dollar store, which was literally 35 seconds down the street. And I'm in the dollar store and I see a cop that I know. And I'm like, hey, listen, I don't know what to do. But like, because where we used to live, literally cops were everywhere, which more than likely we'd have to worry about getting pulled over because they sat in our yard. But still, like, they were bad. Like, the cops in that area were bad. So, and I would have to go and take Paris and Caden to their dad's house a good bit, which was 2 hours away. And Sean would be at work. I would be driving with like at least 4 kids at that time.
A Yukon full of kids.
A Yukon full of kids, minimum 4. With one kid that was getting out. Honestly, by the time Bobby was able to get out, Coco was a baby. So really 5 kids. I'm driving with 5 kids, and I have, a kid that keeps getting out of his car seat, and I'm on the interstate where people's going 80, 85 miles per hour. And, I look back and my kid's climbing out of his car seat. So I was at my wit's end because every other weekend when I was having to take my kids to their dads, it was a struggle because I had to pull over a million times.
Hold on. Did my Dd214 have? Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. But
so
I've also been awarded the. What did he say he is? What is his MOS? What did he say his job was in the military? Nobody knows.
I don't remember because he said different things. I think. But anyways, so he has his people watching my stuff. I don't worry about him. Like, even though he does video after video after video, he literally, if you go to his channel and just put in my name, like hundreds of videos are going to pop up. If you put his name in my channel, there might be like 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? But his people over there talking about, oh, she's obsessed with you. No, I'm not. I got real content. My content ain't going after other creators. I got real content. But dude, every once in a while, I have the right to defend myself against the BS that you say. So my thing is like for those people that I really like, and I don't know, to see them over there, as moderators in his channel and just kicking it up with him. I was like, y'all know, even if y'all don't remember what he did before, y'all know what he's done Katie wise, like and y'all see what he's doing now. Like accusing me of abusing my child, accusing Sean of abusing her children. And what's so crazy is one of these people, which I really like, I see her on Twitter calling out what she calls like anti KJ. Anytime they say anything about Katie, her son, or what type of parent she is, they're like, don't bring up kids. We don't bring up kids. But it's like, hold up. Keep that energy everywhere because when Unirock's over there talking about my kids, I don't see y'all saying that.
Yeah, it's just been aggravating, dude. It's been super aggravating to deal with.
I'm sure, Carla.
Watching him spew lies and like twist things about you, and then I'm like, dude, is this thing for real? Like, he seriously, like, I know that he's been lying about this, and like he keeps on just egging it on, and I'm like, dude. But whatever, it is what it is. Like I said, if he's under no obligation to, so I doubt he does. But
let's get one thing straight though. Vet bashing is when you trash veterans because they are veterans. Like, oh, them stupid MF, like, I don't know, like, I always think of like
Call
those
them baby
hippie,
killers or
call them
something.
baby killers. Like, there's people out there that I used to be friends with that don't understand what vet bashing is. And then literally one like calling me out, somebody that I used to be friends with calling me out on Twitter saying I cannot support her for vet bashing. And I'm like, I wasn't vet bashing. I was like asking the question.
Yeah.
Because never since I've known Unirock since 2019 have I ever heard him say he was medevacked and went into a coma.
You got a wife who is married to a man who deployed to Afghanistan. You know, you were friends with a lot of other wives whose
My,
husbands were deployed. You were friends with my friends that I was enlisted with, who are veterans and deployed to Afghanistan with me. You didn't know me when I went to Iraq.
I have cousins that are in the military.
You have cousins like vet. I'm a veteran myself, like a combat veteran, and like I fought in combat in Iraq and Afghanistan. I think that's what's missing from my Dd214. I know my CAB is on there, my combat action badge, but my my combat infantry badge, my CIB is not on there. So yeah, we need to get updated. But either way, um, I was in combat and I've seen the horrors. I've experienced the horrors myself and the struggle of people who work. It's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's not, and so it does kind of bother me when somebody is claiming to be something that they weren't. You know, just tell the truth. You know, but then also for us to call him out and then hit him twist it into us vet bashing, like that's crazy, dude. I've literally sat in in our room like damn near in tears, like telling her if I want to get wealthy so I can do something for veterans. You know, I want as soon as I got this plan to get rich. It might not ever happen, but I got a plan and I'm trying to work it. But when I've literally sat in there like almost in tears because I found out another one of my buddies has died or took their own life because I want to do something to help other veterans. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't how many nights have I said, man,
All the time.
like I
All the
want
time
to
we
do
talk about
something to
this.
help. You know, the suicide rate is like 22 a day. You know, and like that suicide rate is real. I've experienced that in my life. You know, I've went to contact a buddy of mine that I haven't talked to in a year or two that I was good friends with, only to find out to send them messages and then somebody messaged me and say they took their life. You know what I'm saying? That they're no longer here. So like
That's how
to
we
be
found out.
accused of vet bashing, that's what really did it
Especially
in
by
for
people that
me.
don't even know. Like, you're not military.
That's what
Like, all these girls, like, yo, vet bashing, and I'm like, that's not what that is. That's not vet bashing.
and then the other day, like I jumped on a stream and I was like, "Yeah, he's been lying all the time." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, he lied about his service too because he doesn't have Iraqi campaign medal. You know, and dude, I mean, I had some people like, "Whoa, we're not going to talk about that. We don't know." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "No, I do know. I'm a veteran. Like I do know. I know the regulation and the dude as deep as they would dig on Molly Go Lightly. I mean, they dug every little thing that she
Letitia
did.
Baez,
Yeah, they
Molly
dug into their
Golightly.
life. You can't you can't look at the army regulation that's online
Yeah,
for
because that's what they said. They said, what
yeah.
did they say?
There,
What something like, oh, we're not digging into all
yeah,
that.
somebody said I'm not gonna just believe what what I read on all these different websites. First off, I don't remember who said that,
I took some screenshots of some
but
stuff that I wanted to share, but I don't know if I said that. Go ahead, baby.
but whoever said that like is is one of the people that would just take Uni's word on whatever he said, you know, and you don't have to pull it from anywhere. You can get it from the army itself. It's online. It's unclassified documents. You know, it's for everybody to see. You can find it online, and then it's pretty cut and dry. It's pretty clear. I mean, I thought it was, but but they acted crazy because I wanted to say that, and I almost felt like, wow, y'all don't mind kind of like disrespecting me.
Who is a veteran?
Yeah, when I'm trying to tell y'all, like this dude, it doesn't add up. It doesn't match. What he has said
Respect
does
our
not match his
veterans.
paperwork.
The only veteran that they want to respect is Unirock, even though they're literally calling him out for lying to them and on them. And what's so crazy? What's so crazy is it was AZ's live, right? AZ was doing a live to prove that Unirock lied. So they were on a Twitter space or whatever it's called, live on Twitter space, talking.
What is it?
It's like what used to be Periscope was like live on Twitter. It's called Twitter Space. So
Like space.
yeah, Twitter Space. So they're live on Twitter Space, and she's asking him about why did you lie about the handwritten letter? Why did you lie and say it wasn't a cease and desist? Blah 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 blah. She's calling him out on all these lies, and he's like, "Hold on, I'm gonna let you talk, but I'm gonna mute you real quick." And then he's like, "Oh, she left." Well, she was screen recording it, but she told him beforehand, "I'm screen recording this call. Great, I want you to show it to your people." And she's like, "Okay, I will." So he knew that she was screen recording it, but still said she left. So he knew that when he kicked her, more than likely on her side was going to tell her that he kicked her and she would have that evidence. But he still lied and said she left. So that's what she was going live for, to show the proof that she did not leave, that he booted her off the stream. So I was in here doing my work. Sean was in the house, like on the live stream, basically his way of thinking is like, yeah, this dude will lie
I
about
just
something.
saw it. I just saw it and clicked into it. I was like, all right, I think I was washing dishes or something.
Yeah, you
And I
are.
just clicked into it and I'm like, all right, I'll listen to this while I wash dishes.
But it's like if this dude will lie about something that you can prove that easily, of course he would lie about something that he thinks nobody can prove. Because I mean, you can't really prove whether or not unless he shows his own Dd214, which he did, and that's what screwed him up. It's showing his own Dd214, which shows it's literally like saying, say I showed my son's report card and it says um, promoted, or I don't know, it says promoted to 11th grade. And then I come back on here and I'm like, I don't know if he was promoted. I don't know. Everybody would be like, well, it said that it was. And that's what it says. That they say on report cards, they say promoted to the next grade. And your son said that. So yeah, he was promoted. And I'm still like, well, I don't know. I don't know. That's what's happening here. We are telling you guys, Army regulation tells you that if you were deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan, you have those medals. It is not a maybe you have them, it's a possibility you have them. And even more so in Unirock. Unirock can't even come out to say, well, I was only there for a month when I got hurt. That's why I don't have it. Because you still will have it
If you get injured in country.
if you get
Or
injured.
supporting. So like say you actually didn't go to Iraq. Say you were just like in Kuwait about to go to Iraq and you got injured in Kuwait. Well, you're actively in the campaign then. So I'm pretty sure you would get it then. But
I would love to know where he got medevac.
you know what's crazy is I actually think it used to be one day in country, one day supporting that you get the campaign medal, right? Which who makes one day? But I think it used to be that. So I think it used to be a lot less strict on the time, and that's just what I think. I don't know that for sure, but if my memory serves me right, um, but this in no way is like trying to say, oh, I'm so big bad, combat veteran, blah blah blah, and uni's nothing. No, I'm just saying, dude, it don't add up. You've been coming for my wife for a long time. He's always talking about proof and receipts and this and this and that, and like I've yet to see a picture of him in Iraq. I've yet to see an Iraqi campaign medal. I've yet to see his full DD214
that has his name on it.
and like it's just got to a point where I wanted to call him out. So that was the point of this stream.
And this person that I used to be friends with posted on Twitter a while back. People may not like Uni, but do you know what Unirock and his supporters never do? Question Steve or anyone else's military status. That is a lie. Actually, Unirock has questioned Steve's military status. He's also questioned Steve's job in the military. So that person don't even know what they're talking about. But the thing is a lot of time the things that Unirock will say is not allowed, it's not allowed, it's not allowed, and his followers will say it's not allowed, it's not allowed, it's not allowed. They do it. So when I seen this person I used to be friends with say, "Oh, you know what Unirock and his followers don't do? They don't question Steve or anyone else's military status." When I did my stream, some of Unirock's people come in here and say, "Well, how do we know this John's a?"
Hey, isn't that girl that you helped like build her channel up, and, like
Well,
promoted her channel? Or
I
something?
got her over the 100 subscriber mark.
Yeah, didn't you tell like a bunch of people go sub, and
I
then
did.
like after they did,
She had like less than
split
60.
20.
Honestly, she might even have like less than 30. I don't even remember. I just know she was trying to get over the 100 subscriber mark, and we was live on my channel that night, and she said that, and I said, "Hey y'all, go subscribe to my friend. She does Ipsy unboxings." And within like 10 minutes, she had over 100 subscribers, and she was very thankful. And I was glad that I could do that for her.
Imagine being a civilian that's never served in the military, and then telling a combat veteran that he don't have the right to question whether somebody else served in combat.
Right.
Like, does that add up to you? Because in my mind, I got the right to question somebody. If I see somebody on the street and they're claiming, "Oh, I did this and this and this and all right," well, then I'm going to be like, "Oh, really? Well, what's it?" If I feel like it, I might just walk on. But honestly, I mean, if it doesn't add up,
he asked my uncle the other day,
and I'm feeling froggy, then I'm going to be like, "Well, what city were you in? That's crazy.
Can somebody clip that?
What year were you there?"
So my uncle, his dad was a what? A ranger. So my uncle, who, and he hasn't been my uncle very long. He's been married to my aunt for a few years. He's not like the uncle that I knew growing up, but he wears his dad's like ranger hat. And the other day, Sean's like, "Nice hat. Where'd you get that from?" Because he knew damn well my uncle wasn't a ranger. He's like, "Where'd you get that hat from?" And he's like, "Oh, it's my dad's." And Sean's like, "Okay, all right." And veterans everywhere, if they walk in somewhere, and Unirock loves to spin this narrative that I said because he wears a hat on his streams that he's not a vet.
Dude.
You see, my husband always wears a hat. That's not what I said.
Check this out. I've actually been challenged before when I was actually working on a job with my dad for like a brief period of time, right? And there was this other guy who was a veteran, and he brought it up or whatever, and I said, "Yeah, me too," or whatever. And he kind of looked at me like sideways, and then like 5 minutes later, a couple other things happened or whatever. 5 minutes later, he came up and he pulled out his ID and he's like, "You got one of these?" And I was like, "Yep." And I pulled mine out. But I guess because I didn't want to really go into depth or like talk about it a lot, because I really don't, it's not like something that I walk up to people and I'm like, "Hey, I did X, Y, Z." You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. Uh, the the
No, he didn't.
what is
Hold
it?
on. He just said I went to the military in Charlottesville, South Carolina.
What about it?
I think his Dd214 says somewhere else. Okay. Let's look at his Dd214 again. Charlottesville, North Carolina. Where can I find? Hold on.
Does it say?
Hold
I don't even know
on.
if it
Yeah,
has
I have seen that piece before. Hold on. Hold on. Where's the piece where it says where he went?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna be here very much longer. I'm about to go inside. Not
Hold on, guys.
I've had enough. I proved my point. I mean, it's up to him.
Place of entry, Columbus, Ohio.
True, dude. If you enlisted in Charlottesville, well, hold on. What did he say? Play that clip
Columbus,
again.
Ohio. He said, wait, let me see. What did he say?
He said Charlottesville.
Did he just realize his mistake right there? Because he went, and then he goes, "Anyway." Did he just realize his mistake?
I don't know. So
look at that face. Hold on. Babe, how can he get that confused? Are you gonna get it confused where you enlist? Is that even? I mean, would you get confused?
No. No, hold on. I want to see something.
They can't hear him. They can't hear the clip. How is that?
Hold on. So they do have a MEPS in Charlottesville, but they also have one in Columbus. So he is talking about.
But how would you forget?
All right, hold on. They can't hear the clip.
No, that's what they said. They can't hear the clip.
Dude, how did we do that a while ago or last time?
Play it again. Let me see. Maybe I had it.
We did it some way.
Hold on. They can't hear us now. Don't remove us.
How did we get exit out of it and then get back into it? I don't remember how we did it last time, right? So present. Where's
All right, there it is. Hold on.
Okay.
Y'all can hear it now. Listen what he says.
It's garbage. Here, I'll help y'all. I went in to the military in Charlottesville, North Carolina. Anyway, it won't matter. They're going to go anyway.
Like, look at that face he just did. Like, is that like a?
I don't know. It's kind of weird because mine says Noonan, and I enlisted in Atlanta, MEPS. That was my original enlistment. Mine could say Noonan because of you didn't stop loss or something. I don't know. I don't know why.
In Charlottesville, North
I don't know
Carolina.
why my Dd214 would say Noonan. But
Look at his face right there. Is
that
that
was
like
where
a
my
oh
recruiter
crap?
was from.
Is that like a oh crap? I just messed up, and then he quickly goes to anyways. Because look at his face, babe.
North Carolina. Anyway, it won't matter. They're going to move the goalpost.
But yeah, I don't see how he can mix up Columbus, Ohio, and Charlottesville, North Carolina. Those are two way different places.
Right.
Like Noonan and Atlanta is like 20 miles from each other. You know what I'm saying? Like my recruiter was in Noonan. I enlisted in MEPS.
Right.
In Atlanta.
Okay, here it says Columbus, Ohio. He's a whole different. Wow.
All right. Well, I've had enough. Y'all can take it. You can believe what you want, but I'm just presenting my facts and what I know. And
that is
what I've seen.
That he did that. And
anybody that says I don't have the right to question a veteran, you don't have a right to question me about questioning a veteran. So, I question a veteran if I feel like it.
I mean, these are literally the people that have dug into they were literally apparently they have a section in Uni's Discords where they're pulling background checks on people, but we can't question whether or not. And the only time I even started questioning it was after he said that he got hurt in Iraq, was medevaced out and went into a coma.
But what was crazy though, before you started questioning it, what was crazy was when I first saw him on stream, I was like, nah, I don't think so. Like something doesn't add up. Remember I was saying that way back in the day. I'm like, I don't know if he was a veteran. Like he might be lying about that. But
yeah, it seems like but that's the thing is he's done that a lot because he's switched his story up a couple of times, and now here he is. Here, this is what it says: place of entry, Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, Ohio. Let's listen to what he says. Watch his face. Oh, you guys can't even see that. Hold on. Oh. Anyway, that don't even make sense either. He says, "Well, we said you weren't a veteran because we couldn't find a Jason Smith entering in that area at that time." Well, no crap, I never said you would. Well, why wouldn't they? If you were actually able to look into that and find it, like, why wouldn't you be able to find a Jason Smith that entered into the military at the time that he said that he did? Like, even what he says doesn't even make any sense half the time. I'm really thinking about cutting my hair. Sean, what do you think? Yeah, Duper's Delight, right? Um, so anyways, I had this whole thing planned out where I was gonna watch a video with you guys and I was gonna debunk him and what he was saying. And this was a video that we were gonna watch. Um, but I'm not going to now. I feel like we've proven our point. And what's so crazy, you guys, it's this one that I was going to watch. Charlotte and Elle Bee, Leslie Bass are vet bashers and lie about it. Literally every time I do watch any clips of him talking about me, he's like straight up lying, saying things that saying that I said things that I never said. Saying that he offered things to me that he never did. It's like the craziest thing. Like the Oh, I admit to getting in trouble by the police. Like, that video is still up there, I do believe, and I actually asked the cop what I could do, you know? So it's so wild, and I don't see how anybody can follow this man for more than, like, 8 months and not pick up on the fact that he claims that he's gonna have evidence and not have evidence. He always says that, I'm working on a video with evidence," and then he never has evidence. Um And I just don't know how you can any, like, sane person can follow him very long and not catch up on that. Yeah, I can't listen to what he says on this fifth night. Mm, ugh. He got caught hard, that was great, I know, right? Um, Not surprised he's being sued for defamation, yeah, and he keeps talking about, "My lawyer, my lawyer, my lawyer." If you had a lawyer, your lawyer probably would have always already responded, like, in my opinion. I feel like your lawyer would have already responded, you know? I mean, you get served with a cease and desist, and then you get served with a lawsuit. Usually you have a like a certain amount of days to respond. And he keeps saying, my lawyer, my lawyer. Who is your lawyer? You can't give us a name? Say a name. Is it the one that you got to take her jacket off while she does her business? That one? But anyways, I am shocked that these people that I used to be friends with play shocked. And one of the girls that made all those Twitter posts, I saw her in a stream that Queen Bee did, where everybody in that stream was questioning whether or not Uni was telling the truth. They all came to the same conclusion, just about, was that he. They all assumed that he did go to boot camp, possibly made it through boot camp, but got hurt shortly thereafter, which is my conclusion as well. And that person that called me out on Twitter and quit being my friend never once said, y'all are all wrong. I can't have anything to do with y'all because y'all are bet bashing. No, you want to know what that person did that quit being my friend? Because I bet bashed? Because I questioned his story? She became a member to that channel. She became a member to that channel where everybody on that channel was talking about the possibility that Unirock never served or never deployed. And they were trying to look at pieces of his Dd214. They were literally talking about it all. And this girl is right in the chat and becomes a member. And I'm like, that's what I don't like. Keep the same energy. If you're going to dislike me for a reason, here's the thing. Either be woman enough to say, I just don't like you because I've decided to hang out with these losers over here. And I prefer the drama and being like over here on Loserville rather than a person that every once in a while will respond to drama, but most of the time she keeps her nose clean and she just covers like regular content. That's not my thing. I'd rather be over here in Loserville with all the drama. Just say that. Just say, I prefer this. And I would be like, okay, I don't care. If you rather, whatever. But to act like you like last straw was me vet bashing because I questioned. And y'all want to know what's so crazy? Is this person publicly called me out on Twitter saying I've supported LB from day one. Um, but I cannot stand for vet bashing. So I'm done. I no longer support her. When I commented back, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, honestly, I know Unirock is a liar because he has lied on me multiple times. So this isn't a question of if he's a if he's a liar. It is a question of, or it's I know he's a liar. So if I now hear a completely different story than what I've heard before, and I start talking to people about it, and they're like, yeah, that's not the story that I heard, and I start talking to ex moderators of his, and they're like, yeah, he never said that to us. Why wouldn't I be like, I don't know if I believe him. I don't know if I believe him. I think he's lying. I'm questioning it now. Why wouldn't I even said, like, if y'all want to be blind sheep and just believe somebody who literally has gotten caught lying, is a known liar, that story has changed. If you want to be a blind sheep and follow that person and not question him, that is a-okay. Don't question him. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna not ask the question. And then that person got mad and said I never valued our friendship because I talked publicly about to her. And I'm like, hold up. You like, or because I responded publicly. And I'm like, you put it out publicly. You literally called me out publicly. But now I can't respond because I didn't value our friendship. Like, it's mind boggling. And this is one of the ones that like bother me more than the others because I really did like I like this person, and I thought she was like a good person. And here's the thing, I do think more than likely because there was a couple of times where Roadhog was doing streams about Unirock, and I was in the chat, and I chatted a little bit. And she and Roadhog had bumped heads at some point, which I did not know that they did. So maybe she looked at that as like me betraying her because her and Roadhog had bumped heads and had problems, and I was in his chat at some point, but I didn't know. And all she would have had to do was message me and say, "Hey, Roadhog has said X, Y, Z about me, and I saw you in his chat, and that just kind of bothers me." And I would have been like, "Dang, girl, I had no idea." Like I was only listening because he was going after Unirock, and I like to hear it. Like I'm not in Roadhog's chat. I've only been in his chat like twice, and both times he was talking about Unirock because I do enjoy the fact that when a man calls out Unirock, Unirock acts like he don't hear it. Because Roadhog got on his channel and was like, Unirock, invite me to Ohio to go to the DAV with you. I will do it. I will go to the DAV with you. And Unirock ignored him. And that's another thing that Sean was trying to say a while ago, but never like finished. The DAV is not the VA. Unirock talks about the DAV like it's the VA. That's not no. Like, okay, Christina. Do unto others you won't done to exactly. Wrong one. Oh, another one of his longtime mods left him tonight. Tom's Toys, which I didn't even know was a moderator. I know Navy. A lot of people have left him, but apparently Tom's Toys says, Rock, I love you, but can't support your actions or words in this. I may not agree with what was said or done towards you either, but it doesn't excuse your current actions. Farewell, brother. So he has lost another moderator. None of the members are green. It's been active. Sherry, you're green. Olive Polish is green. Apple Gale Crochet is green. I see green. So I just find it ironic that, that's the thing is if while I'm live tonight, say AZ and Julie wanted to come in my chat and talk about like, yeah, Unirock is a liar. Look, he's lying on us. Look what I will be A-okay with him saying that in my chat. But it wasn't okay for my husband, who is a veteran, to say, yeah, Unirock has always been a liar because he lied about being a combat soldier. How many mods have ditched him now? Almost all of them, I think. I mean, a lot of them. So that was something he got. You got muted in that chat, didn't you? Did you get
Yeah,
muted?
yeah, they muted me. They put me in timeout. Real quick, DAV's mission statement: providing free professional assistance to veterans and their families in obtaining benefits and services earned through military service and provided by the Department of Veterans Affairs and other agencies of government. So the DAV is like a separate entity that will represent you, and you can join the DAV and go meet up at the hall and like hang out with other veterans and drink free coffee. And it's not really my thing, but it's there, but it's not the same thing. It's not a government agency that can prove anything, or like, you do have a DAV representative, but their goal is to represent you to get benefits. They like go to the VA and they like represent you to get benefits, right? Anyways, I'm out. And that picture about the hat, like, I don't know, man. It could have been a lazy person. You're not supposed to have a hat on in there, but that's
It
not
does say
definitive,
online. Yeah, it
right?
does say online that like no coverings, because like if they need to like run it digital, it needs to show like hairline and stuff. I did
Yeah.
see something about that, but like you said, some people
I
got
don't
away with
think-
it. I think.
Maybe they let him get away with it. I don't know.
I guess it's kind of like the DMV. You know what I'm saying? Like you might find even though you're supposed to like take the eye test, you might have one that's lazy and might not make you take the eye test. I don't know.
I doubt it. I doubt he got away with having a hat on, but it's possible. So
And he's talking about this because we're looking at this his U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs card that Unirock showed himself. So Unirock showed this card as proof as well that he's a
I
veteran.
don't show that card.
Oh, he showed it on his thing. He showed it himself.
Okay. Well, if you want to,
it's on his like Twitter and stuff.
All right. Well,
why can't I?
Well, you can. I guess I would just make sure. I don't know.
He's got his thumb covering up like.
I don't want anybody coming back, because I feel like he's going to try to find something to have an issue with. And I don't want him coming back saying, "Oh, they doxed me. They doxed me." He's already screaming about being doxed every 2 seconds. So
Bernadette, don't worry. I feel you, girl. Listen, you are supporting me more than enough by being here. And just listening. You know what I'm saying? Give it a thumbs up. That's all I need. But anyways, you guys, I'm sure I will be getting attacked by the few Unirock, Unifam people that he has left. Holy Spackle and some of those other people. Oh, you're vet bashing again. People that really don't understand what vet bashing means. And I do think I showed plenty proof in here by showing Unirock what he posted as his own Dd214, showing that it does not have the campaign medals that he would absolutely positively have, even more so because he claimed he got hurt and was medevaced out of Iraq. So some people, it said like if you didn't serve a long enough period, that you might not would get it. But it said exceptions were if you got medevaced out, you would absolutely get it. What Sean said, at some point it did change to where if you even served a day, you would get it. And not only that, but if you were even in another country serving under that campaign, you would still get that campaign medal. Sean said he would love to ask Unirock where did he fly into after he was medevaced out of Iraq. Where did he go? Because that probably be one that Unirock can answer. But one thing that I can say is Unirock likes to say that, and I forgot to say this while ago. Is Unirock claimed that I stalked his family, which was this man accused me of beating my children, duct taping my children, my husband breaking their arms, and after probably over 200 videos on me, I had people talk to me, people that knew Unirock, and I was basically told Unirock's brother is Army, was out of the Army by this time. Oh, Spackle has left too. Wow. That's shocking. Well, because no, it wasn't Spackle. It was Mo B or Mo Norway or something. I don't know. Somebody commented on my Twitter talking about you're still a liar, and I'm like, about what? Show me what I lied about. And you know what they did? They posted Nate's video where he broke down the email and gave his thoughts that he thought the email was fake. And I'm like, me and Nate are buddies. Like, if Nate thought that I faked that email myself, I doubt he would even be associated with me at all. He's come on my panel before. Just because Nate's uh, opinion is that the email was fake, does not mean that I made it fake. It just means somebody probably made it and sent it to me, or YouTube did have a typo. Either way, it's not on me. You know what I'm saying? To anyone struggling, if you switch to top chat, back to all messages helps fixing the chat. Okay. To anyone struggling with it, if you switch to top chat and back to all the messages, it helps with fixing the chat at least for a few minutes. YouTube is horrible right now. Okay, we're gonna get off. We're gonna get off. But anyways, I love y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like ready to watch some of Unirock's videos where he like straight up lies and call him out on those lies. I'm surprised Nate was associated with Unipebble at all. He's not anymore, really. From my understanding, he hasn't like come out to like say I have nothing to do with him, but he has separated himself. Anyways, you guys, I got to get some content on the Bash Chat tomorrow. I got 2 videos I've really been wanting to do. He had another mod that was just behind the scenes and was a silent mod that left tonight. You talking about Tom's Toys? Oh, one other thing that I will say is when AZ was live, she even said, you know what, it really makes me, knowing that he lied about this, something that could be proven so easily, it really makes me wonder if he lied about then she goes, well, never mind. I'm not going to say that yet. I'm not going to say that, which made me think she was talking about his veteran status. And then I was like, well, even if you're not saying it, you're thinking it, though. You're thinking it. And I won't be shocked if 6 months down the line, when Unirock is like going hard at them and is making video after video after video about them, if they don't come out and say, you know what? I bet he was lying about that. I actually believe they probably will sooner or later. Anyways, I love you guys. I'm glad you called him out for a line second. I know, right? I love you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna work tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. Woo! I actually might work on the Bash Chat a little bit and do some pre-recorded videos because I haven't had time to do that, and I really need to have 2 videos that I really want to cover on the Bash Chat. A 19-year-old girl had her mom take her to the hospital because she was experiencing back pain. They suspected she was pregnant. They took a pregnancy test. Come on, she was pregnant. She denied it. Said she never had sex. Went into the bathroom, gave birth to the baby. Put the baby in a trash bag. Put it in the trash can. Another trash bag on top of it. They kept knocking on the door, knocking on the door. They finally got in. She was cleaning up blood. They thought that she had like maybe stuck something up in her to like try to damage the baby. They called the cops. The nurse come in to clean all the blood up, and or the housekeeping did. When the housekeeping was like getting the trash can, felt that it was heavy, looked in there, found the baby. The baby died, unfortunately. An 18-year-old girl was charged. So that's one of the topics that I want to cover over on that the Bash Chat. Also, I also want to cover another story about a man. He got married. They were leaving his wedding reception on a golf cart, and were hit by a drunk driver. So those are 2 stories that I'm going to be covering on the Bash Chat. So you guys go subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. But yeah, I probably will work on that tomorrow, but probably won't have it out tomorrow. Just maybe record it tomorrow. But yeah, I love you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next.